Boxing Academy, the search began to find the next great British boxer. After a tough and grueling audition process, 5 boys in the south and 5 in the north were chosen. In just 3 weeks' time, the best boxer from each camp will be chosen to fight in the Boxing Academy live final for the prize of a lifetime. A chance to train in the USA with boxing legend Tim Witherspoon. But success will come at a price, and the road to the final will be tough. There'll be blood, sweat and upset.
To me, there's a lot of stuff going on that no one has seen, which is hard.
This is Boxing Academy. First morning in the academy, and for our lads in the north and south, it's time to enter what will be their homes for the next 4 weeks.
Hey, alright, P. How you doing, pal? Good, good. Hey, smiling?
You nervous?
Yeah.
Last time on Boxing Academy, 5 lads in the north and 5 in the south were chosen to start an intensive 4-week training programme. They'll live together, and for most of them it'll be their first time away from home. But in London, for 18-year-old Lee Newman, it'll mean leaving his girlfriend of 5 years, Jenna.
See you later. Remember, don't trust anyone. See you later, Tim. See you later, one, alright? Good luck. Yeah, man. See you later, Karen. Thank you for coming.
Oh, wish you that.
Thanks a lot. See you later.
It was a bit sad. I'm sad to see him go, but I'm pleased for him. I want him to do it.
In Liverpool, all the lads have arrived, with Dave Court and John Johnson on dinner duty.
Get it. Go out, snap up. Wait, lash of steak in the bin? Just in the bin.
200 miles away in London, trainer Tony Sesse has brought them a final surprise, a takeaway curry, their last junk food for a while.
I'm going to wish you good luck for these 6 weeks, yeah? Oh, to everybody, good luck.
But it's early to bed as the boys know tomorrow is the first day of training. "6 a.m. and in London it's raining, dark and cold. Trainer Tony Sesse has arrived to take the lads running.
Come on up. Good. Come on. You see your light on? Let's go, let's go. Down up. Let's get them old legs up there. Come on. Do you need any help with your laces?
No, I'm alive now.
I mean, I'm also a mum and a dad in this place. I can't believe it, eh?
Oh, you're not.
I just want you to call me mum, eh? Just call me mum in the mornings.
Tired, Mum.
Get out, get your stuff on.
I'm ready.
So after their rude awakening, the boys set off for their dawn run, a punishing 4 miles before breakfast through the streets of East London. But Marvin's already finding it difficult to keep up with the others. At one stage, Tony has to give 18-year-old Marvin help, pushing him further on.
Let's concentrate, come on.
But for Marvin, the inspiration for boxing comes from a higher plane.
Obviously, I'm a Christian, you know, I believe in Father, Son and Holy Spirit. It definitely helps me with all things, you know. It helps me with boxing, it helps me with my rapping, everything, you know, the belief in God and the faith.
Jesus Christ, my Savior, is coming down to save you down forever to the end. Why? Because he's my best friend. It's a rap then.
Definitely have what it takes to be a winner because I showed the skills and determination, everything. You know, I'm here to win, I'm not here to lose, so definitely have what it takes.
This is Boxing Academy. Yeah, it's the academy. I'm out.
Having finished the run, the rest of the lads arrive back at the house without Marvin.
Struggled a little bit.
but only through fault of my own. I haven't done enough running or training in the last 2 weeks, so I've got to get fitter, that's for sure.
It was quite a good run, quite a good pace run, considering that we stopped a few times. Hopefully tomorrow we won't be stopping, so we'll keep it going.
Marvin finally finishes 5 minutes behind the others. It's been a struggle, and it's only the start of day one.
Basically, he was falling behind too much, and he was trying to keep me up with the other guys, and you know, they're still ahead, but I just come after behind them and just do my best. You know, that's what I'm here for, to improve. So look forward to the next run.
Coming up, the tough training regime continues. And for Marvin, it's the week from hell. In Liverpool, the start of the lads' first day's training is at a far more reasonable time. It's 10 o'clock at Goodison Park, home of Everton Football Club, and trainer Tony Challoner has a novel training method planned.
Top row of seats. Joey, let's go.
Tony's getting the lads to repeat a series of strength-sapping runs up and down the steps of the main grandstand.
Come on, you can do this. As fast as you can go, Jono.
Running's the mainstay of the training schedule, as every boxer knows. It increases stamina to give them the strength to go the distance in the ring.
I used to do 4 miles a day, right? I used to have Saturdays off. That's what I used to do.
The harder I run on the road, the more work and effort I put in, the easier it's going to be for me on the night of the fight. Or even if it's not going to be easy, I'll be able to draw from a well which is filled up because of this road work.
Big effort.
For Dave, running is a major part of his training schedule.
Took up boxing again because I was hanging about with my mates, so I was doing a lot of drinking. My life wasn't going anywhere, so I thought it's time for a change.
Dig deep, come on David, you can do it, come on. Keep going, come on, look strong, come on lad.
My mum was a really big support. She's my mum, my best friend and my dad all in one. So if I ever take up anything I do, she's behind me 110% all the time.
I scream for him and I scream for all lads out at the club and everything, you know, and that's why I've lost my voice now, you know.
Definitely going to be committed. I'm going to give it 110%, give it my best, and if that's not good enough, well, at least I can say I've tried, can't I?
But not everyone in the north is having an easy time. Although trainee pipefitter Peter Spencer is fit, he's finding it tough.
The last one.
Especially as Peter, who's just turned 18, is the youngest in the house.
I've been boxing just on 4 years now, and I reckon I've come on a lot since I've first started training. My first fight I lost, and I was gutted, I was crying my eyes out. That's what you always do. And the fights that I won, you're just getting out and you're made up because you know what, you've done the right thing. I'm going to be so committed. I'm going to be fit as I can be. I'm going to give me all, everything I've got, and hopefully I get through to that final and then I win.
Back in London, there's no respite. Tony's got the boys back in the gym.
Come on, get into shape.
Working alongside him, assistant coach Wendell Henry.
Just want to see you shadow boxing now, yeah? Do your own stuff in front of the mirror.
It's quality. We're looking for quality, not quantity.
Wendell has them shadow boxing to quickly see what kind of technique the lads have. Already, Lee Newman has taken Tony's eye.
Nah, that's it. Turn them shoulders and go into it. That's it. And again.
For Lee, no sacrifice is too great.
I'm 18 years old. I live in Hornchurch in Essex, and I'm a plumbing apprentice. Leaving Jen and my girlfriend and my family and friends and all that, that will be a big sacrifice.
I'm worried about him getting hurt. I know he'll be all right though. I'm just going to miss him loads.
And I'll just try my best and just hopefully got what it takes to get into the final and do the business.
Straight legs.
Next, the lads endure a session of punishing stomach crunches.
7, 8.
While the others push themselves to the limit, Marvin is still struggling.
Together. Coordination. Marvin, coordination. That's it, together. You move your feet. Now, go. Coordination. coordination. Let's go. There. And again. Back down. Come in. Nice. Very stiff, Mark. Very stiff, son.
These aren't just to get a perfect six-pack, but to protect against the crushing pain of a body shot.
When you get punched in the body shots hurt more than getting hit on the chin or on the temple. If you get hit on the temple, your legs obviously will do a little dance and you know, you're not in control. If you get hit on the chin, you might very well just get knocked out. But when you get hit with a body shot, the pain is excruciating. I can't tell you just how bad it is. If you're on a 12-round fight and you get hit with a body shot in the first round and it hurts, you're like this, the pain. But then that pain will stay with you from the first round to the last round.
Marvin has still got problems, so 28-year-old Wendell shows him how it should really be done.
Look at that, Wendell's still going. He's an old man. The man's an old man. Look, he's old. 27's not old. He's old. Marvin. Come on. Stop. We're going to work on it. We've got to work on that. We've got 6 weeks. Very stiff. You know, we got to get you relaxing a bit, and we've got to get you doing them stretches. Yeah. We're going to do it again in the mornings when we start the runnings, yeah? Good stretch. Get on there with Wendell.
Back in Liverpool, coach Tony Challoner gets the lads ready for a sparring session with some work on the heavy bags. Bag work is vital to strengthen our muscles and sharpen reflexes.
Don't look to knock the bag out, Joe. It'll never go down, it'll never hit.
For 18-year-old Joey, boxing took him off the street corners.
Before I dedicated myself to boxing, like, I was on the street corners, like, drinking, standing around, not doing nothing with myself. Boxing controlled my aggression. When I first started, I was slacking off most of the time and not going. But then I got me educated and dedicated myself, and I just keep on going now, and nothing's going to stop me now, no matter what happens.
I'm going to miss Joseph. We've been very close the last, since his mum passed away. It's over 3 weeks ago now. But I'm a little bit more worried about how he begins to miss his mum. The boxing competition has been a focus for him. But I'm just wondering whether with him moving away from home for 6 weeks, whether that separation is going to bring up the feelings for his mum a bit more.
Yeah, still realise it'll strike a chord with them. That's it. And that was another thing with you, John. Scoring some nice shots, getting into some nice positions, but then after you've done it, not only dropping your hands, planting your feet and then moving after you've been hit.
18-year-old John Johnson has a lot to thank his dad for.
I've been boxing about 7 years on and off now. I started boxing because I found my dad's boxing boots up in the loft. I was messing about with them, putting them on, pretending I was a boxer, thought I could knock everyone out. Went downstairs to my dad having a little mess around, as you do, and he gave me a little slap, and I started crying like a little kid. So what he said was, I'm going to toughen you up and take you down the gym.
To my finger.
Boxing is my life, basically. I'm 100% committed. I'll make any sacrifices I have to make.
After the bag work, Tony is keen to get them in the ring so he can assess their footwork, a vital part of every boxer's arsenal.
See, the key to it is moving them feet and keep moving. Move, punch, move, okay? 3 simple steps, it's easy.
It's always good to have footwork because you need to be able to adapt and be able to get in and out of range. You know, the art of boxing obviously is to hit and not get hit.
What would I sooner have, fantastic feet or fantastic punch? I think I'd have the fantastic punch because the punch power can give you a lot of relief, if you know what I mean.
Let's go.
For Adam Ixmail, here in the Blue Headguard, being in the boxing academy beats his day job, packing boxes in an ink factory.
The day begins after work for me. I go straight home, get my bag and go straight to the gym. And this job allows me to do something that I'm very passionate about. I train pretty much nearly every day and it keeps me disciplined and confident. And I really enjoy it as well.
Time. It's good. How long are you going with? What's stage of fitness levels you're at, you can only build on what you've got now. Good spar, okay. Head guards and gloves away.
With the gym session over, it's been a tough introduction to life in the academy for the lads in the north.
Yeah, it was alright. Nice hard session to get through with. We ain't going too bad because we've got a long week ahead of us, you know what I mean? So, I mean, as you said, the training will get harder and it'll get better for us.
We've got to have sessions, what we need, like, you know, get our fitness up. The season's just started again. So hopefully we'll all progress now and get fitter.
But I was happy with the way it went this afternoon. I thought they put in the effort. And it's going to get tougher and it's going to get a lot more intense as the weeks go on. But, you know, if they're tough enough, you know, they'll get through it.
Back in the south, the day continues with a sparring session. But first, they must have their weight checked. In Boxing Academy, the weight division is welterweight, which means they must weigh between 64 and 69 kilos. Marvin makes the weight, but the scales give him a problem he wasn't prepared for.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh, there's no change.
No change. 68 point.
Widgie. Come on, come on! It's not serious.
68.
Can't do it twice. Come on, get on it!
For Tony Pluckrose, a 19-year-old carpenter from Kent, making the 69-kilo weight limit is his biggest challenge.
70. Okay, you got to get it off.
Well happy about the weigh-in, 70.6, so it's coming off. I was 71 or something like that a couple of days ago, so it's coming down, so it's an improvement. At least I'm not going the other way, going up. So well happy, yeah.
For Tony, boxing success will fulfil a long-held dream.
This is my granddad's building yard. Keep our tools here and stuff, but I also train here.
Hands on now.
Got a room out the back that he lets us have. My mum's brought me up on her own. She's done a sterling job, and I'd like to pay her back in some way, and that'd be getting her financially secure. I think that's the biggest way to pay her back, and that's what I want to do. That's my main goal.
Tony Burns, head coach at the Repton, has invited members of the England international boxing team down to spar. It'll be a tough test for the lads from the academy, who've all had less than 10 bouts. First in the ring, Richard Connolly, a 20-year-old panel beater from Hemel Hempstead. For Richard, it's a bruising experience.
I enjoyed the sparring, what it's done. The geezer I sparred like an England boy, you know what I mean? So there's no point in me trying to go hell for level with him. Just trying to, you know what I mean, do as best I could and counter and, you know, try me bit, you know what I mean? Just look all right. Instead of, well, I'd have been throwing loads of shots, he'd have picked me apart, you know what I mean? So I just, just tried to box, you know what I mean? Because I know he's a top boy, so just use that instead of taking that.
18-year-old Barney Doherty is next up to face one of the England internationals. With a family full of boxers, being a champion is all important.
We're travellers. We come from a community of travellers. Years ago, we used to travel around the country. I mean, going back 50 years ago, you were looking at horses and wagons. Boxing is in our blood. My father's one of 7 brothers and 7 sisters. There's at least been 2 or 3 out of each family that's boxed. There should be a good competition, but I don't think I've got anything to worry about.
While Barney looks a competent fighter, Tony Sese is concerned he hasn't yet mastered the self-control he needs to make it as a champion.
I'm still all over the place, I think.
I don't think you relaxed a lot yesterday when we were sparring. You went a bit crazy in one of the rounds, didn't you?
Nah, I mean...
I said touch spar and you thought it was a full bout.
I mean, I know what you're saying, Tony, but I mean, if someone clocks me on, then I'll go on. And trust me, yesterday was not me going full hard.
That's what
you want me to go full hard, saying I'll show you what it's like. That was me at probably a little bit more harder of a level.
Yeah, okay.
But not my entire strength, not yesterday.
But I did ask for
touch sparring, and I done the opposite.
And restraining yourself, meaning that's all about listening. Because if we can develop you for, you know, listening, and then you know how to put in that power when you need to. You've got to know how to take it away and put it in, and that's, you know, that's how we can get you to become a champion, really. Because I truly believe in my heart, you will be a champion.
Next in the ring, boxing novice Marvin Small. After struggling with the morning run and battling with the sit-ups, his day ends with a great right-hander to the face, which gives him a bloody nose.
I was sparring and then I had a nosebleed after a particular punt, after a right hand that kind of walked into. It was just like a kind of a mistake I made with my footing. So I put my foot in the wrong place and then the guy it was a right hand and just bled, my nose just bled. Next time I won't get caught by it and, you know, I'll do better next time. I take encouragement from it, really.
So for Marvin and the others in the south, the hardest training day of their lives is finally over.
Long day, very long day, very tiring. I think we're all just looking forward now, just getting back, getting a shower and getting to bed. We're all completely exhausted.
You enjoyed it though?
Yeah, it's been a good experience today, we've enjoyed it. Tomorrow it can only get better or worse, as they say, but hopefully it get better instead of worse.
Back in Liverpool, they're settling in to live in their new home. And for Adam Ixmael, he's learned more than just how to be a better boxer.
Coming here has taught me how to use a washing machine, and Dave Court taught me how to use a washing machine. He says, you turn it this way, you turn it that way, you put it on 40, and I'm like, oh, I didn't have a clue how you do it. So, yeah, the best experience so far is learning how to use a washing machine. It's been great.
Next, as things get tougher in the academy, the lads start to pick up injuries. But for one lucky boxer, carrying an injury definitely has its upside.
It's a long time since you had a woman touch you.
So you finished that football?
The lads are now 4 days into life in the boxing academy. With less than 4 weeks to prepare themselves for the fight of their lives, they must be at the peak of their physical fitness. The strict weight category of 64 to 69 kilos means they've got to cut out fat and sugary food, eating only protein and carbohydrates.
Got to eat good food and have sensible food, not just from an energy point of view, for your boxing, from a physical point of view. It's also for your brain as well. Your food, your fuel feeds the mind. And if your brain isn't working overtime as a boxer, you really are going to struggle.
To make sure the lads in the north don't struggle with their nutrition, they're off to see an expert in sports supplements, the dietitian to world champion Ricky Hatton. And the southern lads are setting off to the Bedfordshire countryside to the home of Michael Van Stratton, a renowned medical broadcaster, doctor and ex-boxer.
My diet, I'd say it's okay, but sometimes I just get tempted by fast food and fizzy drinks.
I don't eat too many vegetables. On average, I drink about 2 litres of Coke a day.
As soon as they arrive, Michael gets them in the kitchen and it's straight down to business.
Very important for you, of course, guys, that you don't get too thin and you don't get to put on too much weight, because to make your weight, you've got to be just spot on.
He shows the lads the kind of foods they should be eating, and some they definitely shouldn't.
Oh, don't do it. Yes, oh yes.
They've kept a record of what they've been eating, and for some of them, it's not good news.
You started the day with a big bowl of cornflakes. Do you know that a bowl of cornflakes is likely to have more salt than a bowl of seawater in it?
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, exactly. That's a worry, isn't it?
Too much salt in your diet can cause water retention and raise blood pressure. For Lee, although he's getting a good intake of carbohydrates, his lack of fresh fruit is a cause for concern.
You are barely getting half the amount of vitamin C that you need every day. You need around about 40 to 50 milligrams a day of vitamin C. You are getting half that. You're going to get scurvy. Your teeth fall out, your gums start to bleed. It's bad news.
You know, you can do all the training and all the work in the gym, but at the end of the day, if you haven't got the fuel to put the training and the hard work into practice, then there's no point in it, really.
The week before the fight, I never used to like going in the ring with a lot of food in my system. So what I did, I used to only have steak and salad for my main meal. I only used to eat twice a day.
But it's not always possible to eat a healthy meal, as supplements expert Kerry Kays explains to the Northern lads at his gym in Manchester.
Supplements are basically concentrated nutrition with not a lot of calories in them, right? And they're also, the big thing about supplements, they're convenient. So what sort of foods do you lads prefer then? What would you normally eat? Tell the truth.
I'm a sucker for sweet stuff and chocolate and things like that, so...
Yeah, see, the problem with chocolate is there's two types of carbohydrates. Complex carbohydrate, which is slow released, and simple carbohydrate, which is very quickly released, and that's chocolate.
To get the 4,000 calories a day a boxer needs in training, you'd have to eat 6 meals, or just have a couple of supplement drinks.
OK, so taste them, lads. Tell me what you think. And I want your honest answers. Tell the truth.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Good. Go on.
It's all right, I don't mind.
Go on, mate.
It's tasty, it's all right for what it is, you know.
Right, you've got to understand, it's not a milkshake. And in one of them is 1.5 chicken breasts. There's 8 eggs in one of them. The equivalent in protein.
Protein's essential for maximum muscle growth. Back in the south, Michael shows the lads how to whip up their very own healthy juice, high in vitamins but with 0 fat, and not an egg in sight.
This is carrot, celery, apple, beetroot and radish. And we're going to put in some pineapple.
Smells like
That yellow stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, lovely. Later that night in London, the boys talk about their day on their video diaries.
You don't realise how much shit you eat. I knew like my diet weren't the best, but I didn't realise it was that bad. The way he was telling me, I felt as though I was going to die soon or something, you know what I mean? So I need to sort something out about that, big time.
Yeah, well, I had a good day today. He was a lovely bloke. He told us a few things about fruit, you know, bits and bobs and that. He was a lovely geezer and that. But I mean, my moral is practice what you preach, you know what I'm saying? There's no proof of, how can I say, the proof is in the pudding, you know what I mean? He was a lovely geezer and that, but the size of the geezer.
Well done, Marvin! Go on! Go on, Marvin, come on!
7:30 a.m. next day in London, and trainer Tony Sesse has got the lads doing their daily run.
When you're in the ring, you've got 2 minutes to find everything you've got when you're in that ring. And this is what really gets your heart rate pumping. It's the sprints. The long distance is just duration. The sprints is what they really need, you know.
Come, Marvin!
As usual, Marvin's at the back, but Richard is also struggling. He's refused to acknowledge the stiff hamstring he's had for the past couple of days.
Is it tight?
Yeah, it's fucking killing.
Well, Richard might have to stop. They've been tight all this 2 days. He's been complaining about that.
For 20-year-old Richard, boxing is his first real love.
I always liked boxing, but there was never when I was younger, there was never a boxing club where I lived. So I flipped over and started doing kickboxing and Thai boxing. Done pretty well, done as well as I could able to do. Winning's great, it's like having an orgasm, you know, it's blinding, it only lasts a couple of seconds as well, you know. But it's all good fun, you know.
Rich, calm down. Well done. No. You're only going to make it worse. Yeah?
I don't feel like out of...
No, I know, but we're just going to make it worse. So you...
I can sprint this track all day long, mate.
Yeah, I know.
With just 4 weeks to go to the Boxing Academy live final, a hamstring injury is the last thing Richard needs. Back in the flat after their run, Tony is the first to start putting Michael Van Stratten's nutrition advice and the blender to good use. He's making a nutritious smoothie for the lads in the house. He blends 3 apples, 2 oranges and 1 unpeeled lemon, plus 1 other surprise ingredient.
It's a bit weird putting the lettuce in, I'm not too sure about that, but You know, that's what the man says. It's all an experience, so we'll see how it goes. Just 2 handfuls, he says.
What's happening?
I don't know, do I? It's not. I'm useless, look. First attempt, I did it wrong. Practice makes perfect though, doesn't it? So, we'll give it a go.
While Richard waits, he's stewing over his morning performance.
Hamstrings just fucking hamstring, mate. It's for running. If I'm doing 4 miles every morning and training hard, training fucking hard, or training hard, you know, a lot of things to catch up with you, you know what I mean? You've got to warm down properly and that. And even though we're warming down properly and everything, because it's such hard training and it's rigorous, you know, you've got to watch out for these things.
For the rest of the lads, Tony has made a super smooth smoothie.
It's a bit thick, but they all seem to come out a bit thick. Very lemony. Oh, it is lemony. Very lemony. It's not bad. It's got a big zing to it, wakes you up. It'd be good in the morning, but I don't know how the other fellas might fare about it.
Each week on Boxing Academy, the boys will receive a masterclass from top boxers who've proved themselves to be the best in the ring. So up on Merseyside, the lads have been paid a visit by former world super middleweight champion Richie Woodall. Richie won both Olympic bronze and Commonwealth gold. As a pro, he had 29 fights and won 26, 16 by knockout.
All right, guys, how's the training been? All right? Good. Well, we've got a hard day today. We're going to beat them southern kids. We've got to put some hard training in.
Richie wastes no time getting down to business with the lads in the ring. Though with gloves that size, he may have an unfair advantage.
Well, so when you see the pad, then you hit the target, OK? You make a mistake, I'm going to clip you. No question, OK? Now, after that jab, I want to dip down. There, that's it. Just a little dip. There it is, good lad. Get underneath it, Dave. Yes, and then a right hand. There it is. Yes, good, that's better. You're the only one who's done that, that's good. There, and then you move off. There he is. Again, sharper, sharper. Sting me, man. Yeah, again. Yeah, sharp. Jab, jab. You don't jab like that with me, you fucking jab sharp. Yes! Keep your eyes fixed, even when you're down here, you're looking at your opponent. Eyes to eyes, because eyes tell you everything. Don't look at your gloves, don't look at the shoulders. Load of crap. Whoever's told you that, or if they do, look at the eyes. Okay? That's the movement. 2 jabs, in, explode, off to the side. If not, I'm going to hit you. Again, double jab, in. Good lad. Right, Joe. Good. You see that, Joe? Exploding movements with the feet, with the hands. You're going to be a dangerous kid. No question. You're going to take shots as well, so we've got to have plenty of head movement in there, OK, to avoid. If you can learn to avoid shots on the inside, man, you're going to be so dangerous, because you are a powerful puncher.
In London, the masterclass will be taken by Danny Williams, the man who knocked down Iron Mike Tyson.
Nice to see you, man.
That's fantastic.
Exactly, bro. You guys got me today, man, so put your bags on. Let's get started.
Oh, yeah. That's brilliant. Fantastic.
That's it. My first guy I'm going to use in the ring is you.
The heavyweight champion's going to do some individual technique work in the ring. He's chosen Richard first. He gets the others to work on positive mental attitude.
Pick one thing just to look at. That's one thing. And keep staring at it, and then at the same time focusing on a fight what you've had or a spar what you've had, and keep thinking about doing good things, invent things in your mind, all positive things. Don't let your mind drift on girls and chocolates and, you know what I mean? Just focus on that and see if you can do it. It's going to be very difficult. Focus on one thing.
Come on.
Let's go, man.
Focus hard, come on.
Danny gets the boys to shadow box in front of him so he can give them tips on their technique.
Head movement. Good. Stop. Excellent, very good. Very fast hands in that, really good. All throughout, I don't know what you was going for, a minute or whatever, I didn't see one body shot. You know, the body don't move, the head moves, but the body don't move. So yes, focus on body as well sometimes, yeah? That's very good though, man. Let's see more jabs, let's see more jabs, more jabs. You got a wicked jab, just keep pumping it. Yeah, that's it.
I feel privileged to have Danny Williams come in and do a bit of shadow and take constructive criticism off him, you know, and point us in the right direction. It's really good.
Was you able to focus on one point and not be distracted mentally? You thought about boxing all the time? Yeah? Yeah, I believe him. Yeah.
No, I'll tell you exactly.
You looked at me to say that means you must be lying.
Then after that, I focused on there was a picture on the wall. Man with a Lonsdale Day t-shirt and his hands up. And just imagine that was the person that I was boxing and trying to move.
Okay, good.
In your head.
Good.
Kind of thing.
Okay. All right. Well done, man. Okay. Wicked, bro. Wicked. I think it went really well today. All of the guys in there got tremendous ability, really good boxers, and I'm very, glad with what I saw today. All right. Yeah, respect, man. Thank you, man. Same, man.
Thanks a lot, Dan.
Richard's sparring is cut short by his hamstring problems. Tony's brought in a Swedish masseuse, Sophie, to loosen a few limbs.
I didn't say kiss her. What's the matter? That's how good it feels. Now, you're going to have to repeat after me. It is not weak.
It is not weak.
To report an injury.
To report an injury.
Is it a long time since you had a woman touch you?
Yeah, it is actually. Quite a while.
Do you think Sophie's good looking?
Yeah, she's stunning.
Would you like to go out on a date? I think I've got a bad leg coming on. And a back and a neck.
Okay?
Yeah. That's it. Yeah. You want to fall asleep? Yeah. Do you want to fall asleep? How do you feel? How do you feel? Feel good?
Yeah, I feel good.
From 1 to 10, how do you feel? 10? Wow, a new man. That's what I'm talking about. Well done.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
I didn't say you a kisser.
Tony's annoyed that Richard has been keeping the extent of his injuries quiet. But Richard isn't the only one carrying an injury.
Obviously, I am worried what I might not be able to continue in the competition sort of thing, you know. But I'll be gutted if I don't.
Lee Newman's swollen foot could mean the end of his time in the academy. Next, as the first week in the Boxing Academy draws to an end, top promoter Frank Warren tells us who he thinks will make it to the final.
He throws good combinations, and at the moment, he's the guy I've got my eye on.
End of the first week's training in the Boxing Academy. So far, the lads have pushed themselves to the absolute limit and trained with some of the biggest names in boxing. In 3 weeks, each panel will choose a boxer to fight in the live final on November the 15th. At the end of each week, the two lads the panel feel need to improve the most will spar each other. It won't be a contest, but failure to impress could seriously damage their chances of selection for the final. Boxing Supremo Frank Warren will cast his expert eye over the contenders to see which ones he thinks can go all the way. In London, Lee Newman's ankle injury will rule him out of the afternoon spar, which may have consequences for his chances of being selected. Behind closed doors, the panel, Tony Sese, Steve Holdsworth and Tony Burns, make their decision.
For me, the two that I think I would want to be in there would be Marvin, because he's very stiff, and he's always last. And probably Barney, you know, because I've told him to calm down because he's a bit of a rush. You know, He slaps while he punches.
That we're looking at putting Doherty and Small together. To see if we can, one, calm Doherty down and get Small up to another level.
That's right, that's right.
Fine, let's do it.
In Liverpool, the panel have also made their decision. They've selected 21-year-old Dave Court in the shorts and 18-year-old Peter Spencer.
I kind of expected it myself, really. I'm just going to try and work on it today and see if I can perfect it and just keep working on it all week.
I'm dropping my hands when I'm in range. I'm getting my face smashed in.
Dave is too stiff in the ring, but the problem's more serious for Peter. He keeps his guard low, which could leave him vulnerable to a potential knockout blow. To stand any chance of progressing, Peter will have to address this straight away.
Peter Spencer. He drops his right hand, leaves himself exposed, but he's got a long way to go, and I'm sure the trainers can work on him.
A combination of punches, Dave, as you're going in. You're getting caught with single shots.
Dave Court. He uses the inside of the gloves, which we call slapping in the trade. He needs to turn his shoulders into his punches. You punch with the knuckle part of the glove. And again, he needs to work on it, but you know, he's not too bad.
Yannick, let's see you too relaxed. Get the hands up.
After the sparring, the panel decide Peter's performed well, which leaves Dave feeling he may have blown his chances of final selection.
Not pleased.
You weren't happy, Dave? No?
Not really, not with performance, no.
Overall, it wasn't. You done 3-4 rounds, and all right, you picked up a few shots, but you done some absolutely good work there. You know, you landed some of your own punches, some good combination punches as well.
I thought the first couple of rounds, Dave, you done well. You were moving your feet well, you were peppering in your shots, and you were getting out of trouble again. For me, I just thought your fitness started to let you down, and it all kind of snowballed with that, you know.
Yeah. I had a crap day today. The sparring this afternoon, I thought it went quite bad on my behalf. People said it's alright, but I don't feel that I performed as good as what I was supposed to. But I think it's all just mentally in my head. I'm thinking too much lately. I'm not just doing stuff, thinking about it instead of just trying to do it.
In London, it's crunch time. Steve Holdsworth explains why Marvin and Barney need to spar.
What we'd like to do, Barney, is this. It's quite simple. We want to put you in the ring with Marvin. All right? And we want you to spar in a very sensible manner. Just see if you can control yourself.
To Barney's obvious dismay, he and Marvin get gloved up and into the ring.
Let's go.
Marvin's fitness is the reason he's been chosen. Barney's problem is far more serious. His wayward boxing style could cause him major problems against a stronger opponent.
Barney Doherty throws a lot of punches, but he stands a bit square on. He needs to slow himself down, look for some composure, and obviously he's got a lot of self-belief, which is good, but we'll see how he goes. Marvin Small, slow, predictable, needs to up his work rate, needs to start throwing more punches. Got to work hard, Marvin.
At the end of his bout, has he done enough to prove to the panel he can listen to their advice?
I thought today Barney was calm. He was upset over today. You know, you can see it, and he was winding himself up. But it was, yeah, definitely. I mean, he's improving, he's calming down, but he's slapping, you know, so we're going to try and work on that. We've got 4 weeks to work on that, and he knows he is because we discussed it with the first week. He'll give the rest.
We have good days and bad days, Barney.
Yeah, definitely.
So you've got to get that seen too.
But for Barney, the advice from Tony's too little, too late.
For some reason, they're not happy with any of my performance. I do not know why. I feel like crap today. To me, there's a lot of stuff going on that no one is seeing, which is hard. Maybe it's just entirely me, but for them to make out that I don't listen is an insult.
While Barney's gutted at his performance, at least Frank Warren's got some good news for one of our lads.
Joey Munro. He shapes up well, he throws good combinations. So at the moment, he's the guy I've got my eye on. I like what I see with him.
Next time, as life enters its second week in the academy, the lads are surprised by some weird and wonderful training techniques. And Joey discovers what boxing's really about. pain. To win either £500, tickets to the live final, or DVDs and gaming consoles, answer this question. Muhammad Ali's win over George Foreman in Zaire in 1974 is known as the Rumble in the what? A. Jungle, B. Congo, C. City. Call 090 12 93 45 55 or text the word box followed by A, B or C and send it to 88010. We will contact the 3 winners after lines close on Friday at noon. Good luck.